So is this rivet going to go in? Let's give it a go. Okay, so I've decided to remake this rivet. It's just too loose a fit in this shaft. Now that I've been able to get the gear off the other end, there just is no reason not to have the rivet fixed firmly in the shaft. So what I've done is I have used my micrometer to measure this rivet, and it comes out at somewhere around 4.7mm. And I've also used my drill set here, and this is my 0.1mm drill set. So if I take a 4.7mm drill bit and actually insert the shaft, it does actually go through just fine, whereas the 4.8mm one doesn't. Although I probably could get it in if I tried. I've measured the shaft of the drill with the micrometer, and it actually is slightly less than 4.8mm, and that's not really surprising. The drill is designed to do a 4.8mm hole. Nobody ever said the shaft would be 4.8mm too. So when I come to make the new rivet, I will probably make it just slightly bigger than the drill shaft so that I get a good fit. Now I'm going to make it out of an old bolt like this. This is some sort of mild steel, I'm fairly sure. I don't know the exact composition, but it should be fairly tough stuff. And I don't know whether I'm just going to be able to press it into the shaft cold or whether I'm going to have to heat it up, but we'll see. We'll see when I come to fit it. Hello again, this is Mr. RG Stuff. I'm currently trying to fix this little Garrard motor which I've already made quite a few videos on. This rivet is to attach the spring to the centre of the spring barrel. Here are a few shots of the rivet on the lathe. So this is the new rivet that's been made. It's very similar but not quite the same, understandably, to the existing one. Now if I measure it, in fact let's measure the old one first. I reckon that's about 4.66mm, and the new one is about 4.84mm, so it's just shy of 0.2mm bigger. So bearing in mind that the old rivet was actually, it's a slightly sloppy fit in that hole. This one, it's got a chamfered end, so it does enter very slightly, but I think that's going to be a much tighter fit. That is assuming I can get it in at all. So is this rivet going to go in? Let's give it a go. If you're enjoying this video, then please do give it a like so that I know and that YouTube knows too. Thank you. Right, that was interesting. I used the hot air gun because I didn't want to have any naked flames about, because I have been using quite a lot of solvents and stuff. I've no idea what temperature I got that to, whether it made any difference, but the pin has gone in, or the rivet has gone in. I think it's gone in enough to do the job. Maybe it needs to go in a bit more, I don't know, but I can probably get it in a bit more if needed. But I'm inclined to leave it where it is actually. I think that's enough. Right, well I'm certainly glad I used the big vise. This doesn't come out very often, but it's certainly it certainly is strong enough for a job like this. So if ever I have need to do something similar again, I'm definitely going to use a longer Tommy bar. This one fits, but it's nothing like long enough. So I didn't get the leverage that I really needed. I've let it cool down a minute or so. To be honest, it's not even warm to the touch. But there we go. How does that look? I just grab the other end of the spring, now assuming the spring's got the same sort of holes in both ends. You can see that's going to go in like so and then clip through into there. So, I mean, I think it's going to be okay. It's a chunkier rivet than the one that's actually on the spring barrel itself. I suppose the proof of the pudding, as we inclined to say in the UK, is to see whether it does actually engage with the correct end of the spring. And I just need to be careful, make sure I get it the right way around. So the spring, that clipped on like that, which means that this is the top of the spring, which means it's this hole needs to be at the bottom, because this hole is the bit that's got to drop through that hole there. So we insert this from here. Yeah, I mean that looks like it's going to engage just fine, to be honest. I mean it has engaged, so it's probably going to pull tightly. So I think that's job done for that. So obviously I've got to get it all back in the spring barrel and re-grease it up, but essentially the spring barrel is going to be sorted. I can't see any other problems with it. And then I've just got to get the non-return spring working on the winder. So I'm not quite sure which bit I'm going to do next, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.